Heather Stefanson was first elected as the MLA for Tuxedo in 2000, and she became leader of Manitoba's Progressive Conservatives in late 2021. She was sworn in as the province's first woman premier. Before getting into politics, she was an investment advisor. Let's welcome to CBC, Heather Stefanson, leader of the Progressive Conservative Party of Manitoba. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here with you, Marcy.
Thank you for making time for us. So if you score a victory in this election, as you're well aware, you would become the first woman ever to win the role of Manitoba Premier in a general election. You grew up around politics. Your father, you watched him run for office. What would achieving that mean to you?
Well, I think it's great for Manitobans, frankly. I mean, to have a first elected woman Premier of Manitoba. I think it's important. It sends a message to our daughters and to all those young women out there that they can do this, they can achieve it as well. And so, but you know, I really want to just focus on getting things done, obviously. And so if I do get that opportunity again, there's lots of exciting things happening in Manitoba that we're looking forward to getting done.
What would it mean to you personally if you were to look in the mirror the next day, just you with yourself? We all have those personal moments of doubt, and we all have those personal moments of pride. What would you say to yourself if this happens?
I think it's exciting, and I would say I'm not someone who likes to pat myself on the back too often, but you know, I think it sends a good message for young girls and in our province, and I would say that I'd be quite proud.
Now, there are some challenges around some of the polls. I know that when it comes to leadership, women overwhelmingly approved of NDP leader Wab Kinew. This is a recent Angus Reid poll, particularly women aged 18 to 54. Why do you think your approval rating is struggling with that group?
Well, I think that, you know, I mean, polls really don't matter to me at all. The only one that matters is on election day. But I think, you know, as I'm getting out and meeting people more, they're getting to know me and who I am. And it could be just that people don't really know who I am. You know, what they see is what, you know, they see in maybe the free press or they see in the media. And they don't necessarily know who I am. I mean, I care very, very deeply about people. And I think maybe sometimes that message just doesn't get across to people.
How frustrating is that?
You know, it's hurtful, I think, at times, like where it's, you know, it is frustrating where people don't really know who I am, but I'm trying to get out and meet as many people as I possibly can. And, you know, I think I'm just like everyone else. I get up in the morning, I walk my dogs, I spend time with my family and I go to work and just like everyone else. And so, you know, I would like to get to know people a little bit more, I think.
Let's move to the promises. You made a lot of promises during the campaign around tax cuts. You're promising to balance the budget by 2025. How much spending will you have to cut to make that work?
So what we're focused on is growing our economy. We've got our Vision 2030, taking Manitoba to 2 million people strong, making Manitoba a hab province. There's so many exciting things businesses that are looking to come to Manitoba, relocate to Manitoba, coming from other countries to Manitoba. We've got about 64 projects on the go right now. 13 of those are very close to actually coming to fruition. Some of those businesses are already locating in Manitoba. That's how we're going to grow our economy. And as part of that, it makes life more affordable for Manitobans. We can give some of that money back to Manitobans by the way of longer term tax relief. Are
you saying that you won't make cut spending if you're reelected?
No. As a matter of fact, we're looking at more record investments in healthcare and education. Just over last year alone, a 9% increase to healthcare, the budget, 6.1% to education, and families is almost 12% increase. So that's more money for those social services that Manitobans need, want, and deserve.
But if that means that everything's tied to the economic growth that you've been talking about, are the projections really tied to 2 million people? Because it seems pretty unlikely. If you look at our history, isn't it a dangerous thing to rely on?
So I think what's exciting is that we're setting a vision for Manitoba, and that hasn't been done in the past.
But the vision won't pay. right? If you need the economic growth to pay for everything, to avoid the cuts.
Our economy is the third fastest growing in Canada right now, which is really exciting. It hasn't always been there. But what's exciting is that other businesses are looking to Manitoba. Businesses are looking to Manitoba because of our clean, green hydroelectric power. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. It's so exciting, and we just need to keep that momentum going.
So you're confident that this population growth that you're hanging your hat on for this is going to happen?
I'm confident. I think we need to set those visions and those goals, and we'll strive to achieve them. Absolutely.
Let's talk about healthcare. Why should people trust you and your party to fix the problems that are currently in our healthcare system?
Well, we know what the challenges are in our healthcare system, Marcy. It's health human resources primarily, and it's nothing that is unique to Manitoba. It's right across the country, and we've embarked on a very aggressive, recruitment, retention, and training program, and more than $400 million to recruit 2,000 new healthcare professionals in Manitoba. We have achieved that target. That was just last November, and we achieved it, the end of August. So we're making headway, but we know there's more work to be done.
But if someone looks at what you've done and they see the issues that you know are there, and they don't trust you moving forward, what do you say to them at the door to regain the trust that you, in fact, will be the right party moving forward?
Well, I think the challenge is that what my opponents are talking about, is not going to be a quick fix. There is no quick fix to healthcare. Healthcare, it didn't break overnight, and it can't be fixed overnight. It's long-term solutions, but we are already on the path through our recruitment, retention, and training. Like, I know Manitobans are suffering, but it's others across the country as well, where this is a challenge right across the country. After COVID, it was a very, very challenging time, but I think we're moving in the right direction.
I want to turn to parental rights. So you made an announcement about this in August, and at that time you were asked if the rights would include informing parents if a child expresses a different gender than what they were assigned at birth. And your answer was yes, which you followed up by saying there would be consultation. Mm-hmm. When you said yes, what did you mean?
Well, I meant yes, that would be part of the consultation process, because if parents are wanting to know that will all be flushed out in the consultation process. So again, we want to hear from parents what they want. We believe that parents know what's best for their children. Like, parents, I'm a mom. I love my kids. I want to know what's going on at school. That's what we're hearing from parents at the door. They don't want to be left in the dark. They just want to be part of the education for their kids.
But specifically, what are the rights in schools that parents don't have currently?
So right now, I would say, like, it is part of the Public Schools Act, but that was 30 years ago that was put in place for parental rights. Things have changed since then. Technology has changed. We know that people have their phones and social media and all of these things. Bullying has taken on a whole new meaning now. So we need to have those discussions and make sure that we're upgrading the Public Schools Act. So we're hearing from parents that they just simply want to have more of a say and be informed of what's going on in the schools with their kids.
But educators overwhelmingly say that parents do have a voice. They are informed. So why are we questioning this in Manitoba? Because
we're hearing it at the door that parents don't feel that they are. And so, when you hear that from that many people, it's incumbent upon you to take action, I think. So,
how far are you willing to go? Are you looking and prepared to follow in Saskatchewan's footsteps?
No, we're looking at our own strategy here, which is focused on just making sure that parents are informed of what's going on in the school. They care about their kids. They love their kids. They just want to be a part of that.
What's your personal view?
My personal view is that parents should be informed.
And they should be informed even if all parents should be informed, even if a student's at school and has expressed something to a guidance counselor.
I think it's incumbent upon the schools to inform the parents of what's going on. If there's a challenge with a child, then they need to inform the parents. The parents need to be involved in that. The parents know what's best for their kids, and so I think it's incumbent upon everyone to work together so that child has the best opportunity for a successful future.
What about students who don't have a safe place to land at home? They don't have that safe parental guidance. What do you say to those families? And actually, what do you say to those students that are deeply concerned about this?
Well, what I would say is that if teachers think that there's a challenge at home, that they should take that up at home. I take that up with the parents as well. They need to involve the parents, I think, and so that's what we're hearing from parents out there. And so, you know, I think it's right. They should have a say.
You started by saying, we started talking at the beginning about, you said you wish people would maybe know you a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So what would people be surprised to know about Heather Stefanson?
Well, I'm the same as everybody else. As I was saying, I get up in the morning, you know, I have breakfast. Sometimes I didn't this morning, but, you know, but it's just, you know, I walk my dogs just like other people do. And, you know, I deeply care about people. I love Manitoba. I love Manitobans. And I just, like everyone else who lives in this beautiful province, I just want it to be better.
Thank you, Heather Stefanson. Good luck on October 3rd.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Marcy.